flood stores on every shelf. Everywhere I look, more and more people are getting obese and unhealthy. Today, more kids are getting diabetes than have ever gotten before. Let's go take a look at my friend Jimmy. At a young age, Jimmy loved sugar, McDonald's, and hated exercise. Like many others his age, Jimmy was a little heavy. As a teenager, Jimmy could never lose weight and continued to put on pounds. By age 40, Jimmy was deemed to be clinically obese with type 2 diabetes. Everyone would agree that obesity is a current public health crisis. Today, the average American is 7 to 14 pounds heavier than they were 30 years ago. Globally, more than 300 million people are obese, and this is a major contributor to chronic diseases such as cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and strokes. My plan will rid the world of such unhealthy obesity and make everyone healthier. Government healthcare costs would be reduced by 50% if the clinically obese were ridden from our hospitals. Without our hospitals being full, there will be more room for patients who truly need the help, like here at McMaster. My proposal will send Canada right out of the recession, with new jobs in the fast food industry, grocery stores, as well as power plants. Imagine a world with clean, renewable energy. What if we could get rid of the need of fossil fuels altogether? I heard once from various diabetics that the only way to get rid of obesity is to physically remove it by liposuction. I wonder how much it would cost. It really doesn't matter, because the fat collected would be a new and renewable energy source. Fat contains energy. Energy can do work. Therefore, fat can do work. It has come to my attention that nearly 1.5 million Canadians of 16 years and older are clinically obese. I propose that 1.25 million of these people should be forced to have liposuction surgery and that their fat be used as an energy source. I'm firing my leg on! On average, an obese person can make 40 pounds of usable fat, which gives a yield of 15,000 kilowatt hours of power per pound. The fat will be converted into usable energy at one of the many conversion centers that are being built throughout Canada. This makes a grand total of 750 trillion kilowatt hours of power for all of these obese people, and it sells at 6.7 cents per kilowatt. This makes a net total of $50 billion which can be made. If we subtract the liposuction costs, the investment has a net worth of $48 billion, which could easily boost our failing economy. This amount of power could supply 750 million homes with enough energy for an entire year. Canada could export massive amounts of power and become the wealthiest nation in the world. The other 250,000 obese people shall be harvested and be held in confines. These will supply Canada with continual revenue. As well, any children under 16 years of age who show potential of being obese in the future will also be sent to these harvesting confines to be plumped and kept out of sight. All of these people who are being harvested are going to be fed lots of fatty foods as well as McDonald's to keep them plump and keep Canada's revenue pumping. With this huge energy source, gas, oil, and nuclear power will become obsolete. Nuclear plants will be destroyed, and the key to all of our environmental problems will be solved. This vast new energy source will create a surplus of work for all types of workers. The energy will also decrease government health care costs for obesity-related diseases and will make our country healthier for the future. Also, fast food restaurants will flourish with obesity at their doorstep. With the remaining obese population being harvested, restaurants like McDonald's and Wendy's will have unbelievable sales and will need many new laborers to assist in their rapid expansion. Grocery store profits will also increase as the consumption of both fatty and healthier foods increases. The most jobs will be created in the energy business itself. Thousands of workers will be needed in the fat conversion centers all over Canada. In total, 12 massive conversion centers need to be built. to change the energy into a usable form, each requiring nearly 2,000 workers. The demands for diets will end. The only obese people will be unforeseen revenue. They will be hidden away and we'll never have to look at them again. Healthcare costs are going to decrease. Jobs are going to be created. The economic crisis will be over. Our children will live longer and serious complications of obesity will be destroyed. Now, some of you may think my idea is preposterous, but I see nothing wrong with such a brilliant idea. Don't even talk to me about some of the other ideas I've heard that will never work, like banning fatty food commercials while children's programs are on. And don't even think about telling me how a tax on extremely fatty foods may encourage people to buy less fatty foods. I think that creating extra and even required physical activities for people who are clinically obese would never rid the world of our problem. Making saturated animal fats banned from products would never make anything better either. Also, ridding school cafeterias and vending machines of all fat and sugar-filled foods would never help. My plan is relatively inexpensive for the output of money it creates, and it helps all aspects of the worldwide community. It will rid the world of oversized vegetables. If anyone else has any better ideas on how to keep obesity from destroying humanity, I would be overjoyed to hear it. I really hope my idea becomes practice. I could never, ever benefit from such an endeavor myself because I am far too skinny for such practices. If the world was without obesity, it would be a completely different place in which all people are treated equally. So let's all help to make the world a better place and make fat dollars.